Alright lads, thanks for tuning in. Tonight I want to talk to you about straps. What they are, how to use them, and whether you should be using them. The deadlift is a lift where the straps are used most commonly. So if you're a newbie and you're new to lifting and deadlifting in particular, you'll find that you can quite comfortably lift your working sets with a double overhand grip, right? And that's no problem because you can hold that weight in your hands. Now, as you progress in your lifting and you put more weight on the bar, you're going to find that the double overhand isn't doing it for you so much anymore. So you may find that you move on to an overhand underhand grip. Now, the reason this works is because the bar is a cylindrical object, right? And particularly when it's loaded with weight, when you lift it, it naturally wants to roll. So if you use an overhand grip and an underhand grip, as the bar is rolling down the overhand, it rolls up the underhand, right? So it stabilizes the bar a lot more and you're able to lift a lot more weight. Now, I see two problems in particular with the overhand underhand mixed grip. The first and most obvious one, I think, is that you're going to end up with some muscle imbalances if you do this over and over again over a long period of time. So the arm that you use for your underhand eventually, I think, is gonna bring that shoulder right down, and you're gonna have some kind of like, monkey posture over time. So it can cause muscular imbalances. The other thing is that particularly as you're using heavier and heavier weight, the bicep on the underhand arm is more engaged, and it comes with a risk of tearing a bicep, okay? If you look, just Google deadlift bicep tear compilation, and there's a wealth of videos out there of these big guys lifting huge weights with a mixed grip, and it's just a one-way ticket to Snap City for that bicep, and that's weeks out of the gym, and it's probably never the same again. I mean, thank God I haven't had a torn bicep yet, but I hear it hurts like hell, and it does affect your performance. If the double overhand becomes impractical over time, and the mixed grip comes with its own problems, what's the other option for your advancement in your deadlift? This is where straps come in. So the way that you use straps is they wrap around your wrist, and then there's a length dangling from the wrist. This length of strap, it goes underneath the bar, wraps over it on both hands, and what that does is it performs the same role as the underhand arm. As the bar is rolling out of your hand, it rolls into the strap, and that stabilizes the weight of the bar, and you'll find that you can lift much more weight. For that reason, the straps are a tool that provide overload in a significant way. I remember when I first was lifting and I was deadlifting in particular, I would not stray from a double overhand because I didn't want the muscular imbalances that would come with the mixed grip. And I had this mentality where I was like, oh, if I can't lift it with double overhand, then I can't lift it. There's no straps in the jungle, bro. That kind of thing. But this was, looking back, this was a silly attitude, right? Because I was leaving significant gains on the table, bros. Significant gains. Until somebody said to me in the gym, we got talking about straps. He was kind of giving me some advice on my deadlift, and he was like, "Have you tried straps?" And I said no, and I gave him all the reasons why. And he said, "Look, are you looking to progress on your deadlift?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, what about my grip? I'm going to be neglecting my grip if I'm using straps, because it's going to take away the stabilization that my grip would exert on the bar. And he said, are you training your grip or are you training your deadlift? Are you training your back? And I was like, wow, yeah, you know, that made me think that I was thinking about it the wrong way. And so he lent me his straps, and I put them on, and I wrapped them around the bar, and I just found that the bar shot up. For this reason, I really think that the straps are the natty's friend, because they're going to allow significant overload of the muscles, right? Overload that you simply would not get from a double overhand grip. Because as you progress in your deadlift and the weight gets heavier, the limiting factor in your progression is going to be your grip. Once you take that disadvantage away with the straps, you can lift some serious weight. And the deadlift is a lift that, because so much weight is, you can move so much weight, and because so many muscle groups are recruited in that movement, it puts on significant size just to the whole of the frame. And in particular, my back blew up from heavy deadlifts, right? So the other thing is, straps aren't limited to deadlifts. So deadlifts are one area where they come in really helpful. Another is rack pulls. So rack pulls are basically deadlifts inside of the rack where the safety bars are set either just below the knee or at knee level, sometimes even just above the knee level, and you perform a partial deadlift. In this movement, you can, with straps, move a serious amount of weight, and that provides the opportunity for massive overload, particularly the upper back, and a broad and thick upper back. That is one of the key aspects of aesthetics in a male body. Also, certain leg movements, like for example, if you're doing reverse deficit lunges, or you're doing Bulgarian split squats, you can strap up the dumbbells, and the limiting factor of grip is removed, so that can provide some overload for the legs too. Also, farmers walks, you can strap up the dumbbells, and you can now carry a lot more weight. And all these movements where weight is hanging off the arm, that provides a real big stretch on the upper back and the upper traps. And weighted stretches just equal just sick gains, dude. Sick gains. A real increase in mass. For all these reasons, I say that you should be using straps. To be quite honest, I haven't deadlifted without straps in years now, right? And I know what some of you are thinking, because it's what I thought. Oh, but bro, what about your grip? You're neglecting your grip. Do some grip training. If that's a concern of yours, do some extra grip training. Okay, you can do farmers walks without the straps, of course. You can do plate pinches. And the other thing is, if you're doing pull-ups regularly, which I advise that you do, and particularly if you're adding weight to the pull-ups, and you're progressing with your weighted pull-ups, I think you're going to find that grip is just not an issue. You're going to have a pretty good grip. Also, dead hangs, weighted dead hangs for time. That's gonna really help with your grip. Like I said, I haven't done deadlifts without straps in years, and my forearms are pretty big, and I put it down to my weighted pull-ups and adding weight to my pull-ups month after month. For me, I would say straps are the natty lifter's friend for the massive opportunities for overload that they provide. And you're going to find that once you start using straps and you're pulling more weight, your back in particular, your upper back, you're gonna blow up, and it's a real advantage for your aesthetics. So I would say get a pair of straps. Decent pair of straps is no more than £10, and it's going to make a significant difference. So keep making those gains, lads.